have a sneaky Friday wine. Cheers to my love, my beautiful wife, for pouring me a lovely glass of wine. Now, there's a lot to dive into, so I'm just going to start off. Hopefully some people jump on later. Some people might be still working, some might be fishing, swimming. But on that note, fishing, wow, was I surprised. The universe, I had all things lined up this afternoon. I had some time. I had the rod in the car. I had a bag, lures, everything ready. High anticipation. But no. Now, what I really want to talk about this afternoon is being switched on, scouting your local beaches, staying your finger on the pulse, so to speak, and making sure you're not going to waste your time and find those fish and get those much needed tight lines. Now, I haven't fished the local beaches for a couple of weeks, probably 2-3 weeks, I'd say, to be honest. And I was extremely shocked with the amount of swell. The forecast is so off point. I don't like the structure at the moment. We've got a real small front gutter that's really shallow. The sets are breaking, 60, 70 metres out. The swell was over 2 metres, sanded up water. Couldn't see any reef, any structure. It was completely covered. Side current, the list goes on. But my point being is you really need to go and look at the areas you want to fish before you go and fish them. Now, I know that's not easy for a lot of people that don't live near the beach. I completely understand that. And I'm doing my best, obviously, to put the local updates and reports when I can, when I'm going up and down the coast, whether it's a message sent to me or a report sent to me. But, yeah, the local, I got absolutely hammered. I literally got owned by the beach this afternoon. Too much swell, way too much weed. Now, we've got an incoming tide tomorrow morning, which is, I love my incoming tides, but I'm not willing to go and fish an open beach or even a beach really around structure tomorrow, because I know that weed that's already on the shoreline or that weed that's in that water, it's got to go somewhere. And for me personally, I feel like that high tide tomorrow is just going to push it right back in. So honestly, my advice would be hit your local rock walls, marinas. My wife actually said you should go down to Fremantle this afternoon and have a fish on the rocks. I bloody should have. That would have been, definitely worth the crack. Would have had at least an option to find some fish. Although we have an outgoing tide, could have found some decent water to go and fish off the rock wall. So I'll be looking at your rock walls, marinas. How you going? Saying hello to the daughter. She's chilling out. Friday, end of the week. Have another sip of this. This wine's nice. What's this one? Cheeky beggars, is it? Yeah, right. This is a nice drop. How you going there? Happy Friday. Just jumping on. Got a lovely glass of wine. I went down the local beach this afternoon and absolutely was it definitely reminded me that you need to go look at their beaches. You really got to remind yourself to go and put the time in, because the swell was too big. The structure, it wasn't there. The structure wasn't there. I just did not like the sets, the waves being too far out, and they said that front section just being ankle deep. And I said, I know we've got an incoming tide tomorrow, new moon as well. But I think personally I'd be looking at your rock walls, your marina, the Swan as well. The Swan for the Mulloway crew, it's been quiet. There's so much fresh water that's been coming down, into the river, and it's definitely a lot of people I've been speaking to, they've been getting some really good Mulloway. They said the last few weeks been really hard going with that fresh water pushing through. So yeah, I reckon rock walls, marinas. How you going? Happy Friday. Thanks for jumping on. Just having a quick chat, having a sneaky wine. I actually had time to go and fish this afternoon, which is really rare. I really want to thank my other half, my beautiful wife, Jane, for picking up the kids and giving me the option. It was really nice to go down to the beach, but I'm glad I went down to the beach because it's definitely saved me a trip in the morning. How you going? Happy Friday. And that's the biggest point out of this whole video. Anyone that jumps on now or later, whether you're local or not, but especially the people that are in Perth, West Australia, you've really got to put the time in. You've got to fish those zones, those areas, constantly, or move. If you are moving around, really put at least, 2 to 4 sessions in. But if you're not fishing every week, on the local stretch, you're just going to miss. You don't know what's going on. How you going there, Shani? How are you? Happy Friday. And I went down this afternoon with so much anticipation. I was absolutely pumped. Couldn't wait to finish work. Raced down the beach, and I was absolutely, when I got there, completely covered in seaweed. Water was dirty, sanded up. Swell was too big. The structure was no good, and weed in the water. No, the wind was fine. I think we had a 5K southwester, but the point being, you really got to go out and check where you want to fish. So, look, it saved me a trip. So anyone that wants to fish, look, I looked from Fremantle sort of up to City Beach, Florida, and was, the structure there's no good. The swell was easily over 2 meters, those sets. How you going there? Happy Friday, everyone. Thanks for jumping on. Let us know what you're up to. I am in Australia. How you going? Where are you from? I'm just having a cheeky Friday wine. Hello, Michael. You're from Perth too? Legend. Absolutely. P-Town. It's the place to be. As I said, we've got new moon tomorrow, so I do get this is the last new moon for winter, so can someone go out there and catch a fish? Happy Friday. How are you, Shani? Said someone in Perth, West Australia, please go out tomorrow, new moon, incoming tide, and get some fish on the board. But it saved me a trip, going this afternoon and checking out. I'm definitely not fishing an open beach tomorrow. No chance. There's too much weed, too much swell. So that front section is too shallow. The waves are breaking too far out. And this is what I would normally typically do most weeks. I'm lucky enough that my wife picks up the children. And, I'm able to go and scout the local beaches or pick an area that I want to go and fish. And I'm able to go usually Thursday, Friday, have a look at the structure, check if there's weed, check what the swell's doing, then I can plan my session. And I'd have to say to my wife, she's one of the main reasons that we catch fish and we get to eat fish over the week and the weekend, because she allows me to go and do this scouting and for me to go and find, areas that I can go and fish. So, you've got to put the time in. You've got to literally, I said I was going to go there tomorrow. I'm glad I went this afternoon. I'm definitely not fishing an open beach tomorrow. So, you're in Canberra. Cool. Awesome. Is it cold in Canberra? I do like AFL. Well, look, depends. With going on the AFL, just quickly, it depends on your team. I mean, I'm not even going to get into my team. Your mate's going to Lancelin this weekend for a fish. He's obviously got a forward drive, I assume, Michael. Be very, very careful. I went last weekend and we battled the weed. We had to move around 6 or 7 times. Fish. It was really hard to find the fish. We found the fish. Could only fish top water lures. Couldn't do any sinking lures because the weed was so thick. Then it was actually, again, forecast for an easterly, and it was a southwester, and we had a side current. It was absolutely horrendous, but persisted, and found some fish. Oh, he's got a forward drive. Well, it's new moon, so I mean, if I wasn't working tomorrow, I would dare say I'd be up or down the coast. I don't really like fishing Metro at the moment because it's just very lifeless. Said the structure, it's not right, and I'm really, really glad that I went, this afternoon, had a quick look, had a little bit of a dip. Oh, so Fremantle are their own worst enemy. For me personally, I would have anticipated Fremantle being a top 4 side this year, and that lost. I mean, Brisbane literally owned Fremantle last week, straight through the corridor. Zorko was absolutely bang on. So look, it's a big game for Fremantle. I don't really know if they can beat the Dogs in Melbourne. To be honest, I reckon they might struggle. But as I said, being a WA team, we'll see how they go. You got to support your team, I guess, Michael. So fair call. But yeah, I've got a few hours before heading into Tackle West tomorrow at Osborne Park. I need to get some more surface lures. I'm going to pick up some more trebles as well, put on some of my surface lures. So I was going to fish an open beach tomorrow, but I said I went down this afternoon and it was absolutely not good. You're in Brisbane. Oh, you reckon Brisbane will get the chocolates, Shani, you reckon? You reckon they're going to go? I reckon Brisbane's definitely a contender for this year. I reckon Brisbane or Adelaide. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I think my wife said this morning Brisbane or Adelaide. So I reckon Brisbane or Adelaide definitely contenders for the premiership this year for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow now because I got work mid-morning, but I might. We got an incoming tide. We got new moon. I might go throw some surface lures around. But I'm not, definitely not fishing an open beach. The amount of seaweed, the amount of swell, they're kind of good. Brisbane, no, I reckon Brisbane's definitely. I mean, they're not gonna get the home final, are they? But they'll get that semi, and then that should win the semi at home, and then hopefully, I think Brisbane will get to the prelim anyway for sure. I think Brisbane definitely get to the prelim. Happy Friday, anyone that's jumped on. Thanks for watching. Crows versus Lions grand final. Oh, that's a big call. That's a big call, Michael. But all right, yeah, look, I reckon it's definitely possible. There's a lot of teams that should have been there that aren't going to probably make it. So we'll see what Freo does as well. You never know. If anyone's fishing this weekend, I wish you well. Locally, if you don't go tomorrow, I reckon you're looking at least till Thursday, Friday. So you're looking almost like a week before you can go out again. So depending on, whether you're a river, you like fishing the river or the beaches or rock walls, there's going to be very limited weather windows next week. So really make the most. I mean, you could probably fish tonight, I reckon, off a rock wall or a groin. I would literally be avoiding local beaches. It's just way too much weed in the water. The swell was way bigger than forecast as well. So I'm really happy that I went down this afternoon, had a quick look, was not impressed. Too much weed, too much swell. Said real shallow front gutter, waves breaking out way too far. Without, pretty much past most people's casting distance. So there's just no way the bait was going to be sitting there holding in that structure as well. What do you got? What do you got, Jed? Oh, you got brick. Has anyone seen these? Who do I go for? Well, just sit down. This pains me to say. I go for the red and black Essendon. Look, they haven't done it for 20 years. I understand that, but my heart bleeds red and black. All right, what have you got there? It's fake. What are they called? Laboobos. So I don't know if anyone's seen these. They're called Laboobos, I think. Is this one real?
No, it's fake.
And where did it come from?
AliExpress.
So these are called Laboobos. I have no idea what these are. If you know what these are, drop some comments below. But yeah, my kids are right into these Laboobos. So it's Friday and they're finished school and they're gonna chill out with their Laboobos. So cool. No, Essendon do many things wrong. They don't retain or recruit any high-profile talent. They're really hard team to support. Obviously, we've won a lot of premierships with the VFL. We've got the highest losing margin to Adelaide, 96 points. We were 8th, they were 5th. We went over there and we got absolutely slaughtered, smashed. But it is what it is. As I said, I think Brisbane or Adelaide will be up there this year. I reckon that those two teams pretty well deserving too. I reckon if you look at the whole season, I reckon they'll be up there for contenders, I should say. So is there anyone fishing locally? Give us a shout. Yeah, but the thing is with Essendon too, they don't finish low enough. Like they finish in that bottom 4 or 5, so they don't get any good picks, and they don't attract like. Why would you want to go to Essendon if you want success? You're not going to go there, are you? Like you're going to go, to Hawthorn, Geelong, Collingwood, the bigger clubs that have had way more success. So it's frustrating period for Essendon, but it is what it is. But said if anyone's fishing locally, give us a shout. Let us know what your plans are. Love hearing about fishing. We've still got, as I said, we've got the Perth Boat Show next month, September 19th, 20th and 21st. If you are in Perth, come down to the Convention Centre. Bring your kids, bring your nieces, bring your nephews, bring any children along because we have got so many freebies to give out to the kids. I'm absolutely stoked. We're going to be in the Content Creator Hub. Come down, meet the other huge creators. I'm just an old dad that loves to fish. Happy Friday. Anyone that's jumped on, how we going? Give us a shout out. Let us know what you're up to this weekend. Perth, we've got one day, we've got tonight and tomorrow, and then it's game over for at least a week. So get your rods, get ready, get planning. Avoid the local beaches. They are full of weed, swell still up, not looking good. Rock walls, marinas, and the river are the go. I'm going to finish this wine. This is quite nice. What have you got? Shells? Oh, look at this. This is nice. So my wife made a beautiful meal last night. Some lovely silverside and mash, and the kids is going to have a little snack. Lovely. Very nice. Smells good. The dog wants it, but do not give it to the dog, yeah? Hey? Happy Friday. Anyone that's jumped on, how we going? Also, oh, cool. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Appreciate it. Yeah, jump on the next live or let us know how your mate goes in Lansing. We love hearing the reports So yeah, someone said it looks really good. It was like, yeah, it's actually it's really tender. I think I had like 10 pieces last night. And my wife's she's a great cook, so the kids are very lucky. Smells good. It's making me hungry actually. I'm just gonna finish this wine first though. Yeah, definitely going this afternoon reminded me that you just can't rock up to a local beach, bring your rod, bring your bait, your lures, and have a cast and go, hey, guess what, fish? I'm here. You know, you got to stay with your finger on the pulse. You've got to stay in the loop. You've got to keep fishing those zones, keep going those areas, see when the structure changes, see what the swell, the weeds doing, because otherwise you're going to miss out on too much, too many sessions, too many fish. So I'm glad I went this afternoon. So it saves me a trip in the morning before work because I'm not fishing open beaches Perth tomorrow. It looks rubbish. Too much weed. As I said, then the swell picks up again Sunday. We've got a northwest forecast, rain, swell. It's going to carry all the way through to at least Thursday next week. So next week's going to be a good week to catch up on housework and gardening and all the things that do get neglected when I fish. So I'm looking forward to doing a bit of catching up on those things. But said, how you going there, Angela? Happy Friday. Thanks for jumping on. Hope you're well. Hope you're gearing up for a big weekend wherever you are. I might have one more glass of wine, I reckon. Yesterday was the hottest day in Brisbane. What was the forecast? Because oh, Charlie, what's going on? Dog's not happy. You got a bust up, have we? What's that, Labubu? You got another one here. Give us this one. This is the green one. As I said, does anyone know about these Labubus? You want some wine? No, it doesn't want some wine. These are apparently all the rage with the kids. I'm not too sure, but we'll call it Labubus. Labubu. Labubu. Okay, goodbye. You do know what the Labubus are? Okay. Well, this is the first for me. Happy Friday. Anyone that's jumped on, how we going? There we go. I might have one little more, I might have a little bit more wine. And then I will decide what I'm going to do tomorrow because I'm not fishing an open beach. Not a chance. No way. Let's have a tiny bit. Thank you, my love. 20 degrees. Didn't we have a hot day this week, a 24 or something?
No, it's 20.
We had a 20. Yeah, we had 20. Today was 20? Or just this week was 20? Thank you. Refill. Look at that. Drink station. How lucky am I? Happy Friday. Everyone's jumped on. How we going? What's happening? Oh, that food's making me hungry. It smells good. Very nice. Yeah, I think we've got about 20 degrees. As I said, we've got one day left to fish in Perth. Avoid the open beaches. Honestly, it was no good this afternoon. Great to stand on the sand. It's been ages since I've been on the beach locally. So I've been traveling up and down the coast, just catching up with other YouTube creators and just trying to get out of town because I like fishing Metro. I love the challenge, and it's rewarding when you find fish. But it has been really hard. And August is definitely the hardest month, I think, to find fish consistently. And that was definitely proven again this afternoon when I just assumed I could just rock up to a local beach and have a cast and said the waves were too big. They were breaking way past up, silty, dirty. I couldn't even see any of the fixed structure. That's how it was. Oh, hello. How you going there, mate? How was nature school? What did you get up to this afternoon, mate? Let us know. And what are your plans, sir? What are you guys up to tomorrow? Because I'm not going to Spot X, mate. I've had a look this afternoon. Looks absolutely horrible. So I might go have a few throws of top water action tomorrow morning. I might go hit a reef somewhere, just throw some lures around for half an hour. But I'm avoiding the open beaches. Just too much weed, too much, hard work. How you going, everyone? Happy Friday. What is your best fish? So biggest fish, like is in size or best experience, best session? That's be a little bit more specific, but good question. I like it. Happy Friday, anyone that's jumped on. How you going? Oh, what's my best fish that I've caught? Oh, cool. All right. Look, I don't really know, 'cause I don't know if I'd go on physical size. I would more go on an experience. So, I'd have to have a think about that one, Chad. I might send you a message because that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one for sure. Absolutely. I like the question, but yeah, very tricky. What do you guys finish yet? I know. I might have a piece of pizza. Oh, the tastiest. That's a great talking point. All right, I'm going to ask my kids and I'll ask my wife, and then I'll decide. What's your favourite fish to eat? You want to go? Hey? So my daughter said Taylor. Taylor. My wife said flathead. And I'm going to say... I'm going to say Spanish mac. I'm going to say Spanish mac. Because remember that mackerel, and I cut up in cutlets? I reckon I like Spanish mac. Yeah, I'm going to say, Shady, Spanish mackerel. But it's personal. It's like with anything. It's everyone's, different. Some people, like eating brim. Some people like eating whiting. But yeah, so two of them said Taylor. My wife said flathead. I'll say Spanish mac. Happy Friday, everyone. How are we going? Cheers. Make sure you have a good weekend. Make sure you get out and have a crack if you can. As I said, tomorrow is your last day in Perth for at least a week. It pains me to say that, but yeah, it's going to be a rubbish few, probably 5-6 days at best. So if you can get out tonight or tomorrow, grab your rods and get down and go and have a fish. For sure, because the weather is going to turn sour. It's going to go quite bad. Jed, you're going to get wet again on Auskick. Sunday, it's raining again. Every Sunday it rains. It's a thing. It's an absolute thing. So anyway, what's everyone up to this weekend? Are we fishing? What's the plans? Let us know. If you are going fishing, let us know how you go. Afterwards, send us a message. We love hearing your reports. We love seeing people get out and have a crack. My kids are in a competition. They haven't even gone fishing yet. It's so busy. You guys have got to get out and fish. I won't bring you. Well, I went this afternoon when you're at school. And I can take you tomorrow for some top water lure action. But it's tough. There's not a lot of bait around. It's going to be hard work. If you want to come tomorrow, you can come tomorrow. It's fine. If you're awake, you can come, absolutely. I can wake you up. If you want to we can go and have a quick crack tomorrow before I go to work. Yeah, what's that? What'd she say? She said, "Came on the video." I am on a video, but I'm allowed to talk. How we going, everyone? Happy Friday. I'm going to jump off in a minute anyway. Just having a quick chat. The local beaches are no good. We got spring in September, so hopefully September we'll have early sunrises. Mum might want to come down the beach for work a few times, have a crack, catch a few fish. We'll be able to get flathead soon as well off the beaches. That's going to be fun. The hottest week in winter in Brisbane. That's okay. Interesting. Yeah, we definitely haven't had the hottest week. We just had a pretty average week, really, haven't we? It's not bad this afternoon, though. It's pretty good, actually. How are we going, everyone? Happy Friday. How are we? What is happening? What's that? Stuff from yesterday. Anyone fishing? Anyone caught anything recently? Let us know how you're going. I don't know what we're going to do yet. We might go have a quick top water action, lure action. I don't know. Just not a lot of bait around at the moment, so I don't know. Not too sure. Well, the river's been all right, but I was speaking to the Mulloway, the guy that came down and dropped off that killer combo that we're going to give away. How you going? Happy Friday. All right, Shaddy, thanks for jumping on. Really appreciate it. Take care. We'll see you in the next live. Have a good weekend, Shani. Peace out. That combo that we got to give away for the Perth Boat Show? So he was saying, because he catches a lot of mulloway in the river on little hard bodies, like little lures and soft plastic. He was saying because of all the fresh water it's been coming down from, obviously up in the hills. He said that just the Mulloway just don't like that fresh water. So they've been like going sort of deeper and just not as active. So he said the last couple of weeks, because he's been catching, like him and his mate have been catching at least 2 or 3 Mulloway a night with that incoming tide. So he said the river's been really, really hard because of all that fresh water. So like I think what you said to me this morning, I'll be looking at rock walls and marinas if you wanted to go and have a fish tomorrow. If you had the kids, you go somewhere safe, obviously. But I think your rock walls and marinas will be the go because you got no wind tomorrow. Tomorrow morning's going to be like glassed off. It's going to be like a little easterly. The swell's supposed to drop off, so I think the rock walls. Like if I wasn't working tomorrow, I'd either go down to Fremantle somewhere, Jane, and fish for herring and skippy and cages, or I'd go up the coast because it's But I think the river's hard work still. It's just too much fresh water. So. Well, the brim are around, but they're not as active in the cooler months. So they're just harder to find. Once the weather, what's up? I am still on. I'm going to jump off in a sec. What's wrong? You can come and say hello if you want. Come on. Come and say hello. My daughter's going to say hello. My daughter's in a fishing comp, and she hasn't started fishing yet, which we'll get there. Say hello.
Hello.
Tell everyone. I'm gonna jump off screen, and my daughter's gonna jump on. Tell everyone why we can jump in together. Why you like fishing?
Because it's fun and I can do it with you.
Well, I think it's a great activity to do. Family, friends, and I'm hoping eventually, as you get older, we can talk about anything when we're on the water. It's a safe place kind of thing. So I'm hoping we can sort of bond and share some good. We've had some amazing sessions. You've caught a squid on the beach this year. What else? You've got flathead, herring, skippy, tailor. I mean, both your 2 kids have caught a ton of fish off the beach. You've been pretty lucky. But yeah, you are in this comp now, so you need to get some points on the board. Eh? Mm-hmm. So yeah, so we might go quickly before work. Maybe go to a reef and throw some lures around so we can entice the tailor. It is new moon. New moon's my favourite moon phase. Seems to fish the best out of the four phases. So we'll see what happens. And Sunday's windy and rain. So the snapper chasers might go and have a crack. And the barometer is quite high. I think it's about 10-17. And it's just slowly dropping now as that weather starts to shift. But as I was saying, Bold, I went down to a local beach this afternoon. I was really excited. I thought I was going to go and have a few casts, and it was full of seaweed. The swell was too big. I couldn't actually cast past the waves, so it was a struggle, absolute struggle. We might sign off 5 o'clock, and we'll go and have some pizza. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for support. As I said, I've done my first long-form video for a long time. I just want to thank my wife for her support and my daughter for allowing me to use her laptop to produce that video. As I said, it's a work in progress. Be patient, be kind. I think that our next few videos will only get better and better. So we do mainly like our short-form content, but we are going to start looking at the long-form content on here. And as I said, as the kids want to come out more with me, I think we'll have the cameras. We'll start doing a bit more filming. We want to also show the whole process. And, I had a lot of hope this afternoon of showing you my whole how my brain works, the preparation, my thought process, why I go fish there, why I would go fish, there, when I would go and fish, all that. So we want to really show the whole sort of process. So we might start vlogging weekly soon and just start to, discuss where we're thinking of going, why we want to go there, and hopefully help more of you get out and catch some more fish. How you going, everyone? Happy Friday. We're going to sign off very shortly. We want to thank everyone that's jumped on and watched this. We really do appreciate it. And hopefully, you might be in the next video. Who knows? Or you might film it. I'm not too sure. But as I said, we've got to get you out fishing in the next couple of weeks. We've got 2 weeks left of winter. And then spring. So I do like spring because spring we can go down in the morning, we can go down in the afternoon. We can chase little, smaller tailor off.
Yeah.
She's gone. She's done. She doesn't want to think about any more fishing.
I need to finish.
She's done. But yes, but spring is just around the corner, so it won't be long, and we can start chasing the smaller but heaps of tailor in big schools. We can chase flathead, herring still, sand whiting, skippy, still a few mulloway, and then the pesky sharks will start coming. Happy Friday, everyone. How are we going? You can come in if you want. Show everyone your karate outfit. You're a yellow belt now, so I better watch out, eh? Better watch out. You can jump on if you want before I sign off, Jetty. Show everyone your karate kit, Jed. Jetty. Show everyone your karate suit. Oh, you don't want to show anyone? All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to sign out. As I said, the local beaches are very weedy, a lot of swell. So be very mindful if you are wanting to head out locally. Just plan your session. Have a plan B if possible, because the beaches are going to be quite challenging over the next couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks at best. So we have got spring just around the corner, so it's only going to get better. Happy Friday. Thanks for watching. We're going to sign out and think about where we might fish tomorrow. Cheers.